What's up, guys? It's Nate here from New Leaf Comics, and today I got an update video for you guys. So yeah, just to start off, I'm gonna be talking about a few things. I'm gonna be talking about our change in direction, as well as kind of what's coming up soon, our comic book lineup, and just how we're gonna go about that. I know you guys are probably used to seeing videos by Hector or Hilo, the boss man, but we have just officially kind of gotten into production mode. So you're probably going to be seeing just a little less of him because he's working hard, bringing you some awesome. He's working really hard to bring you some awesome stuff. So moving forward from there, I want to just do a quick thank you for all the people that have kind of stuck with us since our transition from Under the Oak to New Leaf. If you had to ask us why the name change and new direction, we just really kind of sat down and figured out what it was that we were trying to say, and just like trying to represent as us as a comic book company. And we felt that the title or the brand Under the Yoke didn't really do that for us. It just wasn't. It wasn't something that we felt represented us or told exactly what it was we were trying to do. And when we sat down and figured out, what that was exactly, we felt New Leaf or transition real quick. New Leaf or new start or fresh beginning was something that we wanted to kind of show in our books. Have this feeling of this reminds me of so and so character or comic, but it's still different, because if there's one thing that we really put a lot of time and effort to, it's story. It's just pure storytelling. We want to bring you good characters that you're gonna love, and the only way to do that is just through story. Just really fine-tuning story. Moving on from that, that's just kind of the new direction that we're going. We're, like I said, we've just heavily gotten into production mode, and after this video, I'm going to be posting our production calendar, so definitely be looking forward for that. Probably going to do it, if not later today, then the next day. And yeah, so be on the lookout for that. It has most of our timeline, which is actually kind of crazy, because when we sat down and filled it out, we have enough comics and enough stuff to bring you for the next 2 years. So yeah, it's gonna be crazy. And again, shout out to Hector, who's just heavy in production mode, killing it like always. That's the guy right there, always working hard for you, because like me, like everyone else in the company, we care so much, and we want to bring you the best that we can. Moving over to our comic book lineup. We're gonna be first doing Uriel and Goose, and Uriel and Goose isn't a comic that I wrote or Hector has written. It's a comic that our other partner Chris has put a lot of time and effort in, and it's something that's very different, very unique, and very funny. I think Chris is a great writer. He's very comedic in his writing style, and I'm looking forward to reading that. Definitely, for sure, I can't wait to read that. But then going forward from there, we're gonna be doing Ether, Elemental, and then Support. But what's really cool about this is, moving forward from Uriel and Goose, although we are in talks of mixing that into the fold as well, everything that is Ether, Elemental, all those issues, and leading up to Support is going to be a part of our own comic book universe, where characters meet, collide, and clash. And I'm so excited to bring you something like that. I'm so excited to be working on something like that. It's kind of like a comic book writer's dream, to be able to create your own expanding universe that one day can be up there with DC and with Marvel, Variant, and all sorts of other people. So it's definitely something that I'm looking forward to doing and getting into. All of this will be shown in terms of timeline. What's coming out first and when will be shown in our calendar, which again, I'm going to be posting, if not after this video, then the day before. So again, be on the lookout for that. But getting into our superhero universe, it all kind of starts and continues in the order which I said, which is Ether, Elemental, and support, where Ether follows Umbra, who is kind of our she's our intro into this big problem that these heroes that are forced to meet and help each other kind of come across. And it's Umbra in her story that helps gather everybody and helps understand that there's something bigger happening than just the drama between each character within their own story. So to start this universe off, she's really she's the character that really kind of gathers everybody, that assembles this soon-to-be team. Where Elemental is a story about characters that about a group of characters that are kind of stuck or kind of being used in this intricate puzzle that is secretly aiding this big bad guy that's coming this way, and how they play a part into helping our fellow heroes, and also aiding and also accidentally aiding our villain is a very interesting story. And just kind of where it goes from there is a very unique, I think, kind of twist. I think I'm gonna leave it at that. It's just a very unique twist that you definitely have to check out. And then it all leads to support, where support introduces more of the world and kind of how it functions. It's a little bit less on the characters so much, as again is more as like the world that we are building and how it works with everyone else. And we have we're gonna eventually expand on like governments and how they're willing to like comply with these new very powerful superhero forces, and then how to deal with villains. And it's just basically showing how does the world handle, in as close to a real life situation as possible, how can we handle superheroes of this magnitude. So I think support is really interesting. And then on top of that, I don't think it just leaves off characters and or to say it better, we don't completely ignore the relationships between these heroes. It's called support for that very reason. It also focuses on the support team of these heroes and how they're able to do what they do with the backup of their close friends, families, and loved ones. Again, something kind of different that we've kind of seen. Maybe you've seen before, but not this way and not this in depth. So stuff I'm really looking forward to talking about and showing and just getting tons of feedback, because we love hearing feedback from you guys. That's all we really want, is just feedback of what you like, what you don't like, because in the end, none of it's bad. It's always something that we can improve on, later, and stuff that we're definitely gonna just get better at. So yeah. We also, Hector wanted me to mention, we're also going to be at a convention around January or February of 2018, Capricorn. We're going to have more details on that later exactly, but we are going to be there and have our own booth. I know some of you might have saw us over at C2E2 passing some stuff out. This is going to be our first convention as a vendor, so all of us are really excited for that, and just kind of going through that experience, and again getting better at that, and just a lot of just a good amount of trial and error stuff that we're going to be able to again just get better at later. So with all being said, we have a lot of exciting stuff coming to you. We're also going to be changing our format in terms of like how we're going to be distributing. So before we were using Patreon, we're going to be switching over to Kickstarter, which we can definitely talk more in another video. But overall, we just felt that Kickstarter is going to help us a bit more, and it's going to be more beneficial over all sorts of platforms, not just in creating the comic and sending it out, but it's going to help us be able to do more with it and push it forward and push it to a level that we just couldn't with Patreon. So going forward from that, yeah, I think it's going to be cool. It's definitely going to be an exciting journey, and we thank you for just sticking with us. And for those of you that are just joining us now, get ready, because we're all because we're all going on this ride. So yeah, thank you for watching my video. Thank you for hearing our update, and we will be back very, very soon. Later.